The ball slammed into the backboard with a crack that echoed like a gunshot through the quiet suburb, and in that split second, I swear the world tilted. My wrist throbbed from the force, but it was nothing compared to the ache in my chest when I saw him vault the low fence, landing light as a shadow. "Hey, killer!" he called out, his voice cutting through the humid July air like a lifeline I didn't know I needed, grin wide and uninvited. Eyes locking on mine with a spark that made my stomach drop. I froze, hoop still rattling, heart pounding harder than if I just sunk a game winner, because in that moment, with the sun dipping low over the rooftops of Elmwood Heights, I realized my solo ritual of escape had just collided with something. Someone dangerously real. I'd been out there every afternoon that summer, the driveway my confessional, the rim my confessor. At 18, fresh out of senior year at Ridgeview High, I was Alex Harlan, the kid who could nail a three-pointer blindfolded but choked on every word that mattered. Elmwood was the kind of Midwest town where front lawns were mowed like military parades and secrets fermented in basements over stolen beers. My house sat on the corner of Maple and 12th, a two-story colonial with peeling blue paint and a basketball hoop Dad bolted up when I was 10, back when he still dreamed I'd go pro and make him proud. Mom worked doubles at the diner, Dad flipped burgers at the mill, both too exhausted to notice the storm brewing in their only son. I was gay. Had known since I was 14, when locker room glances lingered too long and my best friend Jake's laugh started twisting something fierce inside me. But saying it, that was a foul I'd never call on myself. That day, the heat wave had cracked the asphalt under my sneakers, mirages shimmering off the blacktop like false promises. I'd been drilling fades for an hour, sweat soaking my tank top, iPod blasting Springsteen to drown out the silence. Then the fence creaked, old cedar groaning under weight, and there he was, Jamie Reyes, the new kid from next door, who'd moved in 2 weeks back with his aunt after some vague family stuff in Chicago. I'd seen him once, hauling boxes in a threadbare Cubs tee, dark hair tousled like he'd just rolled out of bed, skin the color of caramel under the relentless sun. He was my age, maybe a hair older, built lean like a runner but with shoulders that hinted at hidden strength. And those eyes, hazel flecked with gold, the kind that saw through bullshit. "You always shoot like you're mad at the hoop?" he asked, snagging the rebound before it could bounce my way. Up close, he smelled like fresh-cut grass and faint citrus, nothing like the Axe body spray stench of my teammates. He spun the ball on his finger, effortless like it was an extension of him. I wiped my forehead with the back of my arm, forcing a laugh that came out ragged. "Keeps me sharp. You play." "Used to. You back in the city." He tossed it to me, light underhand, and our fingers brushed. Just a graze, but it zinged like static from a wool blanket. "Name's Jamie. Saw you from my window. Figured I'd crash the party." "Alex," I mumbled, catching it and dribbling once, twice, to steady myself. The sun caught his profile, turning him into the silhouette against the neighbor's rose bushes, and for a wild second, I pictured pulling him into a hug. Right there, consequences be damned. But Elmwood didn't do wild. It did polite nods and locked doors after dark. We played then, pickup style, no score, just the rhythm of bounce and swish and trash talk that felt like flirting without the risk. He had this crossover that left me stumbling, laughing so hard my sides ached. "Sloppy footwork, Harlan?" he'd tease, voice dropping low on my name like it was a secret. By the time the streetlights flickered on, my arms burned, but the knot in my gut had loosened, unraveling thread by thread. "Same time tomorrow?" he asked as we cooled down, leaning against the garage, water bottle dangling from his fingers. I nodded, too quick. "Yeah. Don't be late, Reyes." He smirked, pushing off the wall. "Wouldn't dream of it." That night, I lay in bed staring at the glow-in-the-dark stars on my ceiling. Remnants of a childhood I was outgrowing faster than my genes. The house creaked with Mom's snores from down the hall, Dad's TV murmuring some cop show in the living room. Jamie's laugh echoed in my head, replaying on loop, and I let my hand wander under the sheets, guilty and greedy, imagining his hands instead. It was the first time in months I'd felt seen, not as the star point guard or the dutiful son, but as me raw, wanting, terrified. The next day, he showed up with a six-pack of off-brand soda from the corner mart, condensation beating on the cans like sweat. We shot hoops till dusk, then sprawled on the grass, backs against the fence, trading stories over lukewarm root beer. He was from Pilsen, the heart of Chicago's Latino quarter. Tacos from street vendors, murals splashed across brick walls, the L train rumbling like a heartbeat. His mom had passed when he was 12, cancer that ate her from the inside out, and his dad. Well, that was the family stuff. Prison for dealing, Jamie said flatly. No tears, just a shrug that hit a universe of hurt. Sounds heavy, I said, plucking at a blade of grass. He tilted his head, studying the clouds. Life is. But hey, got Aunt Rosa now. She's got this killer pozole recipe that'll make you forget your name. I chuckled, but inside, something shifted. Vulnerability hung between us like humidity before a storm, thick, electric. My folks, they're good people, just busy. Dad wants grandkids someday, you know? The whole white picket fence deal. Jamie's gaze flicked to me, sharp and knowing. And you? The question landed like a chest pass I wasn't ready for. I swallowed, throat dry. I want more than that. He didn't push, just nodded like he got it. We finished the sodas in silence, the kind that wraps around you warm, not awkward. As he hopped the fence back to his side, he paused. Hey, Alex? Thanks for the game. Anytime. But it wasn't just games anymore. By week 3, our afternoons blurred into evenings. Hoops giving way to porch sits, fireflies winking like conspirators as we talked about everything and nothing. He told me about sneaking into Wrigley Field as a kid, the crack of bats like thunder. I confessed my fear of college scouts, how the pressure to be perfect was crushing me. One night, under a sky bruised purple, he reached over and squeezed my knee. Just once, brotherly almost, but it lingered, heat seeping through denim, awakening nerves I didn't know I had. You're good at this, he said softly. Listening. Not many do. You're easy to talk to, I replied, and meant it. With Jamie, words flowed easy, like breathing. That's when the unexpected cracked open. Slow at first, like a fault line in concrete. It was a Thursday, heat wave breaking with a rumble of thunder that shook the windows. I texted him. First time, my thumbs fumbling over the screen. Rain check on hoops? He replied instant. Your place. Got cards. He showed up soaked, hair plastered to his forehead, t-shirt clinging in ways that made my pulse stutter. Aunt Rosa's house was dark. She worked nights at the hospital. We hunkered in my room, cards scattered on the bed, playing rummy while rain lashed the roof like applause. Laughter turned to stories, stories to silences, and in one of those pauses our eyes met, held. Alex, he whispered, voice rough as gravel. His hand found mine, tentative, fingers lacing like puzzle pieces slotting home. I didn't pull away, couldn't. The world narrowed to that touch, the storm outside mirroring the one in my chest. When he leaned in, lips brushing mine soft as a question, I answered yes, God yes, kissing back with a hunger that scared me. It was clumsy, all teeth and urgency, but perfect, like sinking the buzzer beater. His mouth tasted like rain and possibility, hands framing my face gentle, reverent. We broke apart gasping, foreheads pressed, breaths mingling. I've wanted that since day one, he admitted, thumb tracing my jaw. Me too. The words tumbled out, freeing something caged too long. That kiss unlocked us. The next weeks were a fever dream, stolen moments in the driveway after dark, his back against the fence as I traced constellations on his neck. Lazy Sundays in his aunt's attic, tangled in sleeping bags, whispering futures over mixtapes of indie folk. Jamie was out, had been since 16, a quiet pride that drew me like gravity. It's not easy, he'd say, showing me the scar on his knuckles from a fight with his cousin's crew. But hiding? That's death by inches. I envied that fire. In Elmwood, I was still the golden boy, captain of the team, volunteer at the food bank, the Harlan who waved at church picnics. But with him, I bloomed, colors vivid and unafraid. We dreamed big, him to art school in the city, sketching murals that screamed truth. Me to stayed on a full ride, studying kinesiology, maybe coaching kids who felt like I did. We'll make it, he'd murmur into my hair, arms a fortress around me. Together. But cracks spider-webbed early. Dad noticed the extra plates in the sink, the basketball left out overnight. Who's this neighbor kid? He'd grunt over dinner, fork spearing peas like suspects. Mom'd shush him, but her eyes lingered, worried. It's nothing, I'd lie, hating the taste. Then Jake, my best friend since diapers, cornered me after pickup at the park. Dude, you're different. Glowy. Who's the girl? No girl. Just Jamie. But saying it aloud? To Jake, with his easy grin and straight arrow life? Panic clawed up. Nobody. Just Summer. He punched my arm, laughing. Liar. Spill. I couldn't. Not yet. The betrayal brewed slow, a pot left too long on simmer. It hit during the county fair. Midway through August, lights strung like stars across the fairgrounds. Air thick with fried dough and diesel. Jamie and I slipped away from the crowd, hands brushing in the shadows behind the Ferris wheel. He pulled me close, kiss deepening, world fading to the whoosh of cars overhead. That's when Jake stumbled out from the cotton candy stand, beer in hand, eyes widening like saucers. Alex? What the? Time froze. Jamie stepped back, hand dropping mine like it burned.
I spun, facea flame.
Jake, it's not. But it was. His gaze darted between us, disgust curling his lip. Holy shit. You're with him. Jake, wait. He backed away, shaking his head. This is messed up, man. Your dad's gonna flip. The threat hung venomous. Jamie's jaw tightened, hurt flashing gold in his eyes. Let him go, Alex, if he can't handle it. But Jake was family, blood brothers in forts and first crushes. Please, I begged, voice cracking. Don't say anything. He stared, then nodded curt, turning on his heel. Your funeral. The fair's joy soured, music mocking as we wandered back, silence a chasm. Jamie tried to bridge it that night. In his attic, rain pattering like accusations. He's scared. They'll come around. I wanted to believe him, curled against his chest, his heartbeat a lullaby. But doubt seeded, roots twisting deep. Word spread, as it does in towns like ours. Whispers in bleachers, side eyes at the pump. Dad confronted me a week later, face thunderous over cold meatloaf. Jake's folks called, said you've been seeing that boy. Different. My fork clattered. Mom gasped, hand to mouth. Alex. It's true. I whispered, the words leaden. No more hiding. I love him. Dad's chair scraped back, veins bulging. Love? You're confused, son. This town's got values. Church. Family. Love's love. I shot back, voice steady for the first time. And it's mine. He stormed out, door slamming like finality. Mom cried, hugging me tight. We'll figure it, she murmured. But her eyes held fear. Jamie held me through the fallout. Nights when sobs racked me, his whispers a balm. You're brave, he'd say, fingers combing my hair. Braver than me. But bravery's a fragile thing. The real storm hit Labor Day weekend. Scouts in town for the tournament. I was primed, drills sharp as razors. Jamie cheered from the bleachers, his presence a talisman. We won 68-52, my fadeaway sealing it. Elation surged. Afterward, in the locker room, coach slapped my back. State's calling, Harlan. Proud. I texted Jamie, meet at the lot. Celebrate. He was there under the sodium lamps, leaning on his aunt's old Civic. I ran to him, lifting him off his feet in a spin, laughter bubbling free. We did it. His smile faltered, something shadowed in his eyes. Alex, there's something. My stomach plummeted. What? He looked away, hands shoving into pockets. Aunt Rosa got a call. From Chicago. Dad's out early, good behavior. Wants me back. Custody fight. The world blurred. No, you can't. I don't want to. His voice broke. But he's family. Blood. And me. The question clawed out, raw. He cupped my face, eyes wet. You're everything, but I gotta try. For her. For closure. Betrayal bloomed, hot and bitter. So that's it? You leave. And what? I'm the fool left holding memories. No. He reached, but I jerked back. You knew. Weeks, maybe. And you let me dream. It was sudden. Parole board. Liar. The word whipped out. Ugly. Hurt twisted his features, mirroring mine. I turned, storming into the night, his calls fading behind. Days blurred into numbness. He knocked once, voice muffled through the door. Please, Alex. Talk. I didn't. Pride armored me, but inside, I shattered. Plates smashed in the sink. Runs till lungs burned. Hoops abandoned like a grave. Dad tried, awkward over pancakes. Son about before. I was wrong. Mom and I, we love you. Whoever you love. Tears stung. Thanks, Dad. But the whole Jamie left gaped, wind howling through. School started, scouts called, full ride, room and board. I packed, Elmwood shrinking in the rear view, a chapter closing sharp. The unexpected circled back on move-in day, boxes stacked in my state dorm like accusations. My phone buzzed, unknown number. Photo attached. Jamie, sketchpad open to a portrait of me, mid-laugh, driveway sun gilding my hair. Caption, miss you. Chicago's cold without your fire. Dad's a ghost. I'm fighting to stay. For us? Heart seized. I dialed, voice trembling. Jamie? Alex. Relief flooded, thick as honey. I couldn't. Not without you. We talked till dawn. Plans fracturing, reforming. He'd enroll community, transfer next year. Aunt Rosa backed him. Even Dad sent a gruff text. Bring him for Thanksgiving. Fall leaves turned, crisp underfoot, as I drove home for break. He waited at the fence, same spot, ball in hand. Parked, legs leaden with nerves. Hey, killer! He echoed my first words, grin tentative. I crossed the grass, pulling him into my arms, fierce, unyielding. Hey yourself. We kissed under the oak, leaves drifting like confetti. The world vast and kind again. It wasn't perfect. Fights loomed, distances stretched. But love, real love, bends without breaking. In Elmwood's quiet heart, we'd carved our space, humanistic and whole. 2 boys, 1 unexpected collision. Rewriting the playbook one swish at a time. The drive back to state after Thanksgiving felt like shedding skin. Elmwood's flat fields giving way to the rolling hills of central Ohio. Radio static crackling with warnings of an early snow. Jamie's sketch, the one of me laughing, rode shotgun like a talisman. Taped to the dash where my old Springsteen cassette used to be. We'd spent the holiday in a bubble. Aunt Rose's posel steaming on mismatched plates. Dad carving turkey with uncharacteristic jokes. Mom hovering with pie slices and sidelong glances that softened into acceptance. Jamie fit. His easy charm disarming Dad's grunts. His quiet stories drawing Mom's laughter. Under the table, his foot hooked mine. A secret Morse code of I got you. But bubbles burst. Campus hit like a fast break. Lectures piling up like unmade beds. Teammates ribbing me about going soft with the city boy. And Jamie's texts thinning as Chicago's pull tugged harder. His dad, Raul, a wiry man with tattoos snaking up his arms like regrets, had shown up unannounced, all bluster and broken promises. Family sticks. He'd growl over takeout tamales in Rose's cramped kitchen, eyes boring into Jamie like he could will obedience. Jamie balanced it like a pro. Visits supervised, art classes squeezed between shifts at a Loop coffee shop. But I heard the strain in his voice, the exhaustion bleeding through late-night calls. You're okay? I'd ask, propped on my elbow in the dark dorm. Roommates snoring across the room. Always, for you. But lies have weight and ours started to sag. Winter quarter ramped the pressure. My GPA teetered on a B average, kinesio labs demanding dissections that turned my stomach, while coach barked drills till my quads screamed. Jamie drove down once, 8 hours each way in Rose's Civic, snow chains rattling like chainsaws. We holed up in my room, blinds drawn, bodies fitting like we never parted. His head on my chest, fingers tracing the freckles across my shoulders. "Miss this," he murmured, breath warm against my skin. "Me too." We talked futures. Him transferring spring, us apartment hunting in Columbus, maybe a dog named Swish. But shadows crept. His thumb pausing mid-trace, gaze distant. "Dad's pushing law school. Says art's a hobby, not a life." I sat up, sheets pooling. "And you?" He shrugged, that old armor. "It's complicated." He did time for me. For us. Feels like I owe him your dreams? Anger flickered, unbidden. "That's bullshit, Jamie." His eyes flashed. "Easy for you to say. Your folks cheer from the sidelines. Mine? One's gone. The other's a ghost rattling chains." The words landed like elbows in the paint. Sharp, unintended. Silence stretched, taut as a free throw line. "I'm sorry," I whispered finally, pulling him close. "I didn't mean." "I know." But the fracture lingered, hairline but there. Spring thawed the ice, but not the chill between us. I aced midterms, landed an internship at a local PT clinic, shadowing therapists who rebuilt bodies and spirits. Pride swelled. I sent Jamie pics of my first patient progress, a kid rehabbing a torn ACL. He liked them, heart emojis trailing, but calls shortened to check-ins, texts to memes. "Busy week," he'd type, and I'd swallow the doubt, lacing up for runs that pounded it out. Then the letter came. State's athletic department, crisp envelope slicing open my world. Full scholarship renewal, contingent on community service hours. Coach suggested the rec center, mentoring at-risk youth. "Kids like you were," he said, clapping my shoulder. "Rough edges, big hearts." I signed up, diving in with pickup games for middle schoolers from the east side. Kids with eyes too old for their faces, sneakers duct-taped at the toes. There was Marcus, 12 and wiry, who crossed over like a demon but froze at the rim, fear of missing etched deep. "It's okay to shoot," I'd tell him, rebounding his bricks. "Missing's how you learn." One evening, as the gym echoed with squeaks and shouts, my phone buzzed. Jamie. Video call. His face filled the screen, hollowed by shadows. Background, the graffiti-tagged wall of his coffee shop break room. "Hey!" I panted, ducking into the hall, sweat dripping. "God, you look good all coach why." His smile didn't reach his eyes. "Liar. What's up?" Pause too long. "Dad's lawyer called. Custody hearing next month. If I don't show, he wins by default." My heart clenched. "Then fight it. Rosa's got your back." "It's not that simple." Voice cracking. "He's got a job now, clean record. Judge might see stability." Stability? The man's a hurricane. "Alex." Hurt flickered. "I need you to understand. This isn't about us." But it was. Every dodged weekend, every half-hearted plan. It all stacked like missed free throws. "When's the last time you picked you?" I pressed, voice low. "Not him, not Rosa, you." He flinched. "What do you want me to say? That I'm scared shitless? That loving you makes leaving feel like amputation?" The admission gutted me. "Then don't." "I have to." Screen blurred with his tears. "For now." Call ended, echo hollow. I leaned against cinder block, chest heaving, Marcus peeking out. "Coach A? You good?" "Yeah, kid. Let's run suicides." Summer scorched back, internship folding into home. Elmwood welcomed me with open arms. Dad's grill smoking ribs, Mom's hugs lingering. Jamie arrived end of June, Civic packed with canvases and ghosts. We fell into rhythm. Mornings at the lake, skipping stones till ripples overlapped. Afternoons shooting hoops, his form sharper, mine rusty from neglect. Evenings on the porch swing, fireflies our audience. His head on my shoulder as stars pricked the ink-black sky. "I enrolled at Community," he announced one night, fingers toying with mine. "Graphic design. Transfer track to state fall after next." Relief flooded, sweet as lake water. "You're staying?" "Trying." Kiss soft, sealing it. But Raoul loomed, a specter at the edges. Letters arrived, postmark Chicago. Please scrawled in blocky script. Me hijo, come home. We fixed this. Jamie burned them in the backyard fire pit, flames devouring words like sins. He's poison, he muttered, sparks rising like pleas. Yet doubt gnawed. During the 4th, fireworks booming over the fairgrounds. Jake, reconciled now, awkward beers at the tavern. Clapped my back. Heard your boys sticking. Good on ya. Yeah. But Jamie's laugh rang forced that night, gaze drifting to the horizon. The hearing loomed, date circled in red on the kitchen calendar. We drove to Chicago mid-July, tension thick as humidity. Rosa met us at the courthouse, her hug fierce, rosary beads clicking. Dios te bendiga, she whispered to Jamie, crossing herself. Inside, the air conditioned to ice, Judge a stern woman with wire rims. Raoul sat opposite, suit ill-fitting, eyes hungry. Testimonies droned. Social workers on stability, Rosa on love's quiet strength. Jamie spoke last, voice steady. He's my father, but home's where I'm chosen, not chained. Judge nodded, gavel falling like punctuation. Guardianship to Rosa. Raoul's glare scorched, but Jamie didn't flinch. Held my hand under the table, victory sweet. We celebrated in Pilsen, murals vivid under street lamps, tacos dripping from El Puesto. To us, he toasted, lime wedge squeezed over Modelo. To fighting, clink. But elation ebbed. Back in Elmwood, Raoul's shadow lingered. Voicemails deleted unheard. A letter slipped under Rosa's door. You owe me, boy. Blood's thicker. Jamie withdrew, sketches turning dark. Twisted figures in chains, colors bruised purple. It's nothing, he'd say when I asked. But sleep evaded him, circles deepening under his eyes. Fall quarter loomed, my dorm waiting. We packed him for community. Supplies in the Civic's trunk, future folded neat. At the fence, goodbye kiss lingered, desperate. Weekend visits, I promised. Every other. Count on it. But his grip tightened like he knew. 2 weeks in, the call came, 2 a.m., phone-shattering silence. Alex, Jamie's voice, wrecked. He's here. Dad, broke in. Rosa's okay. But, panic surged. I'm coming. Drove through night, wipers slashing rain, heart in throat. Rosa's house lit like a crime scene, cop cars pulsing blue. Jamie on the stoop, blanket draped, face ashen. He wanted money for starting over. When I said no, punch landed, fist to jaw, crack audible in the retelling. Rosa's rosary prayer, cops hauling Raoul away in cuffs. In the ER, ice packed to his swelling cheek, he gripped my hand. I can't do this. The fear. It's eating me. Then come here. Now, drop everything. He searched my eyes, decision crystallizing. Okay. Dawn broke as we loaded the Civic, sketches, clothes, Aunt Rosa's tearful blessing.
Vaya con Dios, mijo.
And take the pozole recipe. Elmwood swallowed him gentle. My room his, Dad's handshake firm, Mom's quilt soft. He healed, jaw-mending, spirit too, enrolling online, sketches lightning to sun-dappled hoops. Winter danced in, snow blanketing the driveway. We shoveled paths, building snowmen with crooked grins, then warmed inside, cocoa steaming. This is home, he said one night, fire crackling, my arms his harbor. Yeah, and it was human, flawed hours. But life arcs, not lines. Spring brought state playoffs, my name in the paper, Harlan leads charge. Scouts whispered NBA dreams. Jamie beamed from stands, but post-game, in the lot, his smile wavered. Proud, but what if? If what? You go pro, cities, tours. Me, still sketching in basements. The old fracture yawned. We talked this, together. Together's hard when paths fork. Arguments simmered, words like bricks, building walls. He stormed to Rosa's for space. I ran trails till dawn, lungs burning questions. Reconciliation came slow, over hoops in the rain. Balls slick, passes fumbled. Apologies traded like rebounds. I love you, he said, forehead to mine. But love lets go sometimes. No. Defiant. Love fights. We chose fight, him applying to state's art program, me deferring scouts for one more year. Summer sealed it. Road trip west, Badlands echoing our whoops, Vegas neon blurring into dawn drives. In a motel off Route 66, under threadbare sheets, we map tattoos. Matching swishes on wrists, ink promises. Fall bloomed golden. Campus walks hand in hand. Stairs shrugged off like autumn leaves. Jake toasted us at homecoming. To the Harlans, both of 'em. Laughter free. Betrayal's healed scars, not wounds. Raoul's letters unanswered. But Jamie wrote one. Forgiveness, not forgetting. Sent it, chain unbroken. Climax crested tournament night. Final four, arena electric. Tied at buzzer, ball in my hands. Crowd roar faded. I saw him. Front row, hazel eyes locked. Thumb up. Fadeaway arched. Perfect. Swish. Victory. Confetti rained as I found him. Lifting him over the barrier. Kiss lost in chaos. We did it. All you, killer. No. From that fence hop, unexpected bloom to this roots deep, branches wide. In America's heartland sprawl, two boys proved love's not a game won solo, but played fierce, side by side. Human, enduring, swish after swish. Senior year at state blurred into a kaleidoscope of ink and sweat. My day's a grind of PT rotations and pickup games. Jamie's a whirlwind of studio critiques and late-night silkscreens. We carved our niche in the off-campus walk-up on High Street. Creaky stairs smelling of pizza grease, walls papered with his prints, bold abstracts of hoops in flight, bodies in motion, colors screaming what words sometimes stuttered. Mornings, I'd wake to coffee brewing, his humming some indie track from his Chicago days, sketchpad open on the kitchen table. Morning artist, I'd murmur, kissing his temple, tasting graphite and dreams. Nights were ours, couch forts from thrift store blankets, takeout ties spilling onto laps as we binged old Springsteen docs, his head pillowed on my thigh. Remember Elmwood? He'd ask, fingers absently tracing my knee scar from a high school dive. Like yesterday, I'd grin, ruffling his hair. You vaulting that fence, all cocky. His laugh rumbled, warm. And you, glaring like I'd stolen your thunder. You did. Soft. In the best way. But undercurrents stirred. My internship evolved. Full-time offer from a Columbus ortho group. Salary enough for a down payment someday. Coach nudged NBA camps. You've got the shot, kid. Don't waste it. Pride warred with fear. The pro-life glittered, but nomadic cities flashing by, arenas anonymous. Jamie's program hummed. Internship at a local gallery. Prints selling to alums with deep pockets. This could be it, he'd say, eyes alight over a check for 3 figures. My murals in Chicago, maybe. The fork loomed subtle at first. Fall break, we drove to Elmwood. Leaves a riot of red and gold. Dad's grill primed for venison. Rosa joined, her laughter booming over cards, stories of Pilsen pulling us close. But Raoul's absence echoed. A postcard arrived mid-meal, postmark Chicago. Saw your art in the paper. Proud, Eho. Come visit. Jamie paled, crumpling it. Delete button for mail? Dad cleared his throat. Awkward. Man's trying. Maybe. Coffee? No. Flat. Jamie's jaw set. Old bruise throbbing phantom. I squeezed his hand under the table. Your call. But calls multiply. December brought gallery show. Jamie's first solo. Collision courses. Hoops crashing into urban grit. The space buzzed. Profs in tweed. Collectors sipping cheap Merlot. Flashbulbs popping like distant gunfire. He shone. Button down crisp. Guiding patrons through pieces. This one's the driveway. Cracked dreams. Perfect arcs. I hovered proud. Beer in hand. Deflecting when's your tryout? Queries. Till a voice cut through. Gravelly edged. Nice work, son. Raoul. Suit rumpled. Eyes bloodshot but clear. Gallery edge like he'd materialized from smoke. Jamie's face drained. What are you? Heard about the show. Drove down. Hands out, placating. No drama. Just, see you. Security loomed distant. I stepped forward, arm brushing Jamie's. Now's not. It's okay. Jamie's voice, steel-wrapped silk. 5 minutes. They talked low, Raoul's apologies halting, Jamie's responses clipped. I watched, gut twisting, blood's pull, inexorable. When Raoul left, card pressed into Jamie's palm. Call if you want. The air hung heavy. You good? I asked later in the car, city lights streaking. He nodded, but fingers drummed the wheel. He seemed different, sober. Doesn't erase. I know. Snap. Then sigh. Just stirred shit up. Winter deepened. Snow blanketing Columbus in hush. We skated the Scioto. Falls turning us to laughter-soaked messes. Hot chocolate steaming after. But tension simmered. Jamie's sketches darkening again. Figures fractured mid-leap. My calls from NBA camp scouts ramped. Invites to Vegas Summer League. Agent meet cuties. It's exposure, coach urged. 1 foot in. Jamie smiled through it, but eyes shadowed. Go. Shine. I did spring break. Sin City neon assaulting senses. Drills brutal, egos bruising under spotlights. Teammates bonded over strip steaks. Stories body. I texted Jamie nightly. Miss your laugh. He replied quick. Knock 'em dead, killer. Hearts. But distance distills truths. Back in Ohio, unpacking duffel of branded swag, I found his note slipped in a jersey pocket. Gallery wants me for a Chicago residency. 6 months. Starts July. Thoughts? Heart stuttered. 6 months, summer gone. Fall fractured. It's huge, I said that night. Over stir-fry in our kitchen, chopsticks hovering. You have to. Have to. Echo sharp. Or want to. Both. I want burned, him gone, city swallowing him whole. He set down bowl, eyes searching. And you? Vegas was electric. What if that's your path? My path's here. Gesture encompassing our shoe-cluttered hall. Us. Us isn't static. Soft but pointed. Growth means risk. Argument ignited. Words volleyed like errant passes. My fears of him drifting to old ghosts. His of me resenting roots. You think I'd chain you? He accused, voice rising. No, God, no. Deflate. Just. Scared. Me too. Arms around me, fierce. But Chicago's not goodbye. It's fuel. We compromised, him taking the residency, me joining weekends, laptop for classes. Summer bloomed bittersweet. Packing parties with roommates, his canvases crated like caskets. Drop-off day, skyline piercing clouds. He kissed me deep in the U-Haul lot. Weekly calls. No ghosts. Promise. Fall quarter soloed me. Bed too big, sketches haunting walls. His updates glowed. Studio in Wicker Park, mentors raving. First mural sketched for a community center. It's alive here, he'd say on FaceTime. Background alive with L-Train hum. Like breathing art. I thrive too, PT caseload booming. A kid named Tyler mirroring Marcus. Shy shooter, big heart. You're like the dad I want, he blurted post-session, braces flashing. Flinch, dad? At 22? But warmth spread. Purpose solidified. Thanksgiving pulled us east, Elmwood's table groaning, Rose's tamales stealing show. Raoul's postcard waited, holidays alone. Thinking of you. Jamie read it silent, then pocketed. Maybe coffee. After. Dad nodded approval. Mom's eyes misted. Progress inching. But fissures widen unseen. December gallery crawl. Jamie's pieces shipped back for a pop-up. Snow swirled as we wandered. Mulled wine warming palms. A collector sidled up, silver-haired, voice honeyed. Reyes? The residency boys got buzz. MoMA scout inquired. Jamie's grin flashed. Seriously. Dead. You're going places. Later, in bed, elation buzzed. This changes everything, he whispered, tracing my collarbone. Big leagues. Pride swelled, tangled with twinge. Yeah, for you. For us. Kiss, ceiling. But seeds so silent. New Year dawned crisp. Vegas invite redux. Full tryout, agent attached. Go, Jamie urged. Airport drop-off, his flight to Chicago looming. Show M. Harlan fire. I will. Hug tight, airport din fading. Love you. Plane took him, doubt lingered. January iced over, campus gray, my runs through slush. Tryout loomed. Flights to Nevada, hotel comped. I prepped fierce. Weights clanging, shots swishing empty gyms at dawn. Jamie's calls crackled with excitement. Mural unveiling, crowds cheering under Pilsen stars. Wish you here, he'd say. Me too. But schedules clashed, his openings, my drills. Texts sufficed. Miss your heat. Reply soon, killer. Vegas hit hurricane force. Courts baking under lights. Pros gliding like gods. Egos colliding midair. I held. Crossovers crisp. Fades money. But pressure crushed. Mrs. mocked. Scouts pens scratching notes. Agent cornered post-session. Raw talent. Kid. But polish? Needs time. G-League feeder. Deflation heavy. Called Jamie from the strip. Neon blurring. It's good. Not great. You shown. Voice tinny. Proud. But background noise. Laughter. Clink of glasses. Where are you? After party. Scout from MoMA. Big talk. Go get it. Forced cheer. Hung up. Slot machines chiming hollow victories. February fractured. Back in Columbus. Package waited. His sketchpad. Pages filled. Chicago nights. But faces blurred. Mind fading to outline. Note. Residency extending. 3 months more. Love J. Got punched. Called voicemail. Text. Talk? Reply hours later. Swamped. Call tomorrow. Tomorrow bled to days, silence snowballing. Elmwood visit solo. Dad's concern over beers. Boy okay. Mom's hugs tighter. Finally, connection, 3 a.m. his time. Alex. What's happening? Voice raw. Pause, ocean-wide. It's intense here. The art. It's pulling me. Pulled from us. No, hesitate. Maybe. I met someone. Collaborator. Theo. He's understands the grind. World tilted. Understands? Or nothing physical, but connection. Like us first days. Betrayal, fresh slash. So I'm the practice run? God no. Desperate. You're home. But this city's waking something. I need space to breathe. Breathe without me? For us to last. Plea. Tears hot. Space feels like goodbye. Not. Click. And days drowned in routine, PT smiles forced, shots ricocheting off rims. Jake called. Drive up. Beers. Elmwood healed incremental. Bonfire with old teammates, Jake's arm around shoulders. He'll come back. Or you move on. You're gold, man. Gold tarnished. March Madness, literal campus fevered. Tyler's progress peaked. First game-winning 3, hug crushing. Thanks, Coach A. Purpose flickered. Jamie's email arrived mid-April, formal. Residency done. Coming to talk. May 1st. Calendar circled. Dread anticipation. He arrived dusk, civic dust streaked, duffel light. Porch sit, beers sweating. Missed you, he said, gaze averted. Likewise. Bitter edge. Words tumbled. Theo a spark. Not flame. Collaboration. Not replacement. But it showed me. I can't half-ass us. Or this. This. Art. Life. You. Eyes meet. I want all. With you. Relief crashed, arms pulling him close. Me too. But trust rebuilds brick by brick. Summer mended, road trip redux, Grand Canyon yawning vast. There, under stars infinite, he sketched us. Intertwined, horizons shared. Fall anchored, his transfer approved, studio spot claimed. Gallery show joint, my photos of patience, his abstracts of motion. Opening night, hands linked, toasts to collisions. Climax whispered in winter, Raoul's call, sober streak 6 months. Coffee. Jamie agreed, me beside. Diner booth. Awkward thaw. Apologies owned. Amends offered. I failed you, Raoul admitted. Hands shaking over black coffee. Won't again. Jamie nodded. Tentative bridge. Start small. Humanity's arc. Not erasure, but evolution. Our story continued. Engagements murmured over campfires. Rings simple silver bands etched with swishes. Weddings in Elmwood. Rose's tears. Dad's dance with Mom under strung lights. Years layered. My practice thriving, his murals dotting cities. Chicago to Columbus, Pilsen pride meeting Midwest heart. Kids came. Adopted. Brown-eyed boy with crossover dreams. Girl sketching fierce. From that fence hop, unexpected unfurled to legacy. Love as verb, fought for, chosen daily. In America's we threaded true, gay, proud, unbroken. The wedding was a quiet rebellion. Backyard of the old Harlan place. Elmwood's maple shading vows exchanged under a pergola. Dad and Jake hammered together. Sweat and swear words bonding unlikely allies. May sun dappled through leaves, casting us in gold. Jamie in linen shirt unbuttoned at the collar. Me in khakis that hid nervous knees. 50 guests. Rosa front row, rosary clicking like metronome. Mom misty-eyed, Dad's arm around her, his nod to Jamie earlier that morning. Take care of my boy, still echoing gruff. Jake best man, toast laced with inside jokes. From fence crashers to forever, to Alex and Jamie. May your shots always swish. We laughed, tears pricking, rings sliding simple, silver hoops engraved inside out. A nod to that first kiss's clumsy grace. I do, Jamie said, voice steady, hazel eyes locking mine like the day he vaulted over. I do? I echoed, world narrowing to his smile, the crowd's whoops fading to white noise. Honeymoon whispered, weak in the Smokies, cabin tucked in mist, no cell service to tether us. We hiked trails slick with spring rain, hands clasped over roots like veins, pausing at overlooks where valleys unfolded endless. Nights by the fireplace, his head on my lap, fingers combing dark waves as stories spilled. Futures painted in broad strokes, a house with a hoop in the drive, studio in the garage. Kids? He'd muse, tracing my palm. Someday. Soft. Ours. Life post-vows hummed domestic. Our Columbus starter home. 2-bed ranch with creaky floors and a yard begging for roses. I dove deeper into PT, caseload swelling with weekend warriors and post-op grannies. Jamie's gallery gigs bloomed, commissions from schools for murals that screamed hope. Diverse faces in flight, balls arcing toward rims like prayers. Evenings synced. Him at the easel, paint smeared. Me grading intern notes on the couch. Takeout cooling between. But marriage's rhythm reveals fault lines. Year 1, Raoul's thaw accelerated. Coffee morphing to dinners. His AA chip passed like contraband under diner tables. 8 months, he'd grunt, pride flickering through regret. Jamie softened, invites extended. Come to the housewarming? I hesitated, old wounds scabbing, not scarred. If you want. He did. Night of grill smoking brats, Rose's salsa vanishing fast. Raoul arrived tentative, 6-pack in hand, eyes darting like a cornered fox. Handshake with me firm. Awkward. Congrats, son-in-law, son-in-law. Absurd, warming. Talk flowed halting. Raoul's job at a warehouse. Forklift scars on knuckles. Jamie's latest piece. A triptych of family fractured, reformed. By fire pit, beers loosening tongues. Raoul cracked. I was you once. Young, stupid. Lost your mom to my bullshit. Jamie stilled, firelight gilding his face. Then don't lose me. I won't. Vow, raw. Bridge held. Yet ripples spread. My practice partnered with a pro team G-League affiliate, courtside rehab for sprained ankles and shattered egos. Late nights taping ankles, early mornings charting progress. Jamie's shows pulled him to weekends in NYC, sketches shipped overnight. Miss you. Texts bridged gaps, but fatigue frayed edges. Anniversary first. Dinner at the old diner, Mom waitressing our booth with winks. Table for the lovebirds. We toasted with milkshakes, strawberry for him, chocolate mine, echo of porch sodas. But midway his phone buzzed. Theo, the collaborator, voice message crackling. Residency sequel? Berlin this time. Your style's killer. Jamie's eyes lit, then dimmed at my glance. Just talk. Go if you want. Casual but chest tightened. I want here. Kiss across the Formica ceiling. Year 2 deepened roots. Adoption papers filed for Eli, 5-year-old spark plug from the foster system. Brown curls and a jump shot already lethal. Home study passed. His tiny duffel unpacked in the blue room. Dinosaurs on walls, hoop bed frame creaking under bounces. Daddy jam? He'd lisp, tugging Jamie's jeans. Daddy, eh? Hoops. We played. Driveway echoing with giggles. Eli's missus met with high fives, not critiques. That's my boy. I'd cheer, scooping him as he beamed. Parenting's alchemy. Chaos and clarity. Sleepless nights, tag-teaming fevers. Mornings of cereal explosions and Velcro sneakers. Jamie thrived, drawing Eli's portraits. Wild lines capturing wonder. I adapted PT hours flexed for preschool runs. Coach's whistle traded for playground slides. But balance teeters. Eli's first school play. Lion in the Wizard. Roar more squeak. Clashed with my conference in Denver. Jamie's mural dedication in Detroit. You go, he urged. I'll film. Guilt gnawed flight over Rockies. Hotel bar. Post-keynote. Scotch burning doubts. A scout sidled. Harlan? Still got that shot? Overseas leagues scouting vets. Vet. At 28? Flattery tempted. Italy's son. Crowds chanting. Texted Jamie. Crazy offer. Thoughts? Reply whatever makes you happy. Red heart Eli's nailing lines. Ambiguous, stinging. Home to video of Eli's bow, Jamie's proud wave from wings. Hug crushed. Missed it. Next time. But next times multiply. Eli's 6th birthday. Bounce house rented. Cake smeared like abstract art. Raoul arrived. Gift-wrapped basketball thumping awkwardly. For the little man. Eli squealed, dribbling wild. Raoul knelt, showing grip. Like this, Mijo. Moment suspended, Grandpa's hands, steady now, guiding. Jamie watched, throat working. Later. Beers on the porch. Eli crashed inside. He's trying. Really? Yeah. Arm around him. Proud of you. Shift came subtle. Eli's questions blooming. Why 2 daddies? Class says mommy daddy. Innocent, arrow sharp. We fielded gentle. Love's a circle, bud. Shapes vary. Books borrowed. Talks with his teacher, rainbow flag pinned discreet. But whispers seep. Playground taunt. Weird family. Bruising Eli's bounce. Home. Tears. Am I bad? Heart shatter. Jamie held him. You're perfect. Are perfect. I called Jake. Now dad himself. How do you armor them? You don't. You teach fight. Advice gold. Summer storm broke year 3. Jamie's MoMA inquiry matured to fellowship. Paris, 18 months, stipend lush. It's once in lifetime, he said over dinner, fork pushing peas. Eli at a friend's house too quiet. Paris. Echo, flat. Us. Video calls. Visits. Optimistic. Eli starts school soon. Stable. Stable for who? Snap. Me holding fort while you chase stars? His fork clattered. This again? I support your trips, Denver, the leagues. Those are weekends. This is life. Art is life. Voice rising. You knew that. Knew. But vows whispered forever, not farewells. Then go. See if it's better. Bed that night empty, couch for me, studio for him. Dawn brought coffee truce. I don't want to lose us. Me neither. Tears mingled. But fears winning. Counseling followed. Queer-affirming therapist in a cozy office. Plants nodding wisdom. Sessions peeled layers. My abandonment echoes from teen doubts. His from Raoul's voids. Communications the hoop, she said. Aim true. We did. Jamie's fellowship deferred. Paris a maybe later. Mural instead. Local high school. Trajectories. Teens in motion, diverse skins glowing. Eli thrived. Bounce restored. Team captain in Pee Wee League. Our driveway his coliseum. Daddy a watch. Crossovers copied from my old tapes. Year 4 layered joy. Rosie arrived, 2-year-old firecracker with ringlets and a penchant for Jamie's paints, fostering to forever. Chaos doubled, twin car seats, sippy cups multiplying like rabbits. Nights tag team. Baths splashing, stories overlapping, bedtimes a negotiation. Raoul integrated slow, weekend visits, Eli's hoops tutor, Rosie's giggles at his tickles. Grandpa Raoul, she babbled, climbing his lap. Redemption's quiet work. But climax coils. My knee buckled mid-client demo, torn meniscus, irony bitter for a PT. Surgery, crutches clicking like accusations. Jamie juggled. Studio gigs dropped, Eli's game solo cheered. Rosie diapered through deadlines. Guilt festered. I should have stuck to desk work. Bull. His hand on mine, post-op haze. You're my rock. Let me be yours. Recovery crawled, PT on myself, mirrors mocking limp. Dark days. What if I can't play again? Coach the kids. You will. Fierce. Worse, you won't. We'll adapt. Adapt we did me to admin track, Jamie's Prince funding braces for Rosie. Year 5, vow renewal. Backyard redux, Eli ringbearer in tiny suit. Rosie flower girl scattering petals wild. Toasts evolved. Jake's. From unexpected to unbreakable. Rose's blessing, tears flowing. Post-ceremony, dance under stars, Jamie close, breath sinking. Still my killer? Always. Twirl, laugh. Legacy built. Eli's middle school championship, my whistle from sidelines. Rosie's first sketch, Jamie's pride beaming. Raoul clean 5 years, AA sponsor now, his hug at Eli's game tentative but true. Betrayals? Faded scars, stories for campfires. From that suburban collision we wove tapestry. Gay dads in Heartland, love's grammar taught daily. Human arc. Not perfection, but persistence. Swishes in the dark. Decades turn crept sly. Eli 13, all limbs and attitude. Voice cracking mid-sentence. Posters of Curry plastering his walls like manifestos. Dad, he groaned at dinner, pushing broccoli. It's guard, not forward. Rosie, 8 going on 18. Rolled eyes skyward. Boys are gross. Her sketchbook brimmed unicorns morphing to superheroes. Jamie's influence in every bold line. Our ranch had grown. Addition funded by my practice buy-in. Jamie's gallery solo that sold out in hours. Kitchen island scarred from art projects and science fairs. Backyard hoop reinforced for Eli's slams. Mornings choreographed. My coffee black, his with cinnamon, kids chaos orbiting. Backpacks zipped, lunches packed, kisses stolen amid. I forgot my cleats. Life's patina. Comfortable, but edges honed sharper. Eli's questions deepened school assembly on traditional families. Taunts evolving to debates. Some kids said we're not real, he muttered post-game, jersey sweat-soaked. Like, less. Rage simmered, checked. Jamie knelt. I level. Real's heart, Mijo. Yours beats loudest. I backed it, talk with principal GSA club sponsor. Armor up, Jake advised over beers, his twins causing similar whirlwinds. They'll test, you teach. Raoul's role solidified, retired now. Garage woodshop crafting hoops for grandkids. Visits routine. Eli's coach on fundamentals. Rosie's stories illustrated joint. Never thought, he'd say porchside. Pipe smoke curling. Quitting failed, but tries counted. This family. Families forge, Jamie replied. Clink of bottles. But forges crack under heat. Eli's freshman year. Scholarship whispers. AU tournaments stacking weekends. My schedule ballooned. Senior partners retiring. Caseload my inheritance. Jamie's mural commission. National chain, traveling installs coast to coast. 2 weeks New York, then LA, he'd say, packing easel. Video dinners? Sure, but time zones mocked. My 7 a.m. his 4 a.m. Calls truncated to love yous. Eli felt it first, slam of bedroom door after a missed game. You're never here. Guilt lanced. Work's crazy, bud. Crazy's excuse. Echo of my teen snap, history rhyming. Jamie mediated. Studio light dimmed for family nights. Board games? Popcorn ceilings starred by projections. We're team, he'd insist, but strain etched, sketches sparse, his focus fraying. Rosie's turn, school crush, first boy with freckles and a stutter, notes passed in art class. He's nice, Daddy J. Blush fierce. Pride swelled, tangled nerves. Tell him how you feel, I advised, remembering Jamie's fence grin. She did, rejection gentle but sting universal. Tears at bedtime. Why me? The gay kid's daughter. Heart wrench. Jamie held her. Because you're you. Perfect you. Counseling redux, family sessions. Therapist's office a safe harbor. Boundaries, she urged. Resentment's thief. We redrew. My hours capped. Jamie's travels vetoed for summers. Date nights reclaimed. Diner booths. Milkshakes shared. Hands linked under tables. Climax crested unbidden. Eli's AU Nationals, Vegas bound. Full team flight, but Jamie's mural deadline clashed. Go, I said. I'll handle. He didn't. Quit the gig, suitcase swapped for bleachers. Family first. Tournament scorched. Eli's team undefeated till semis. His crossover viral on Scouts feeds. Finals night, arena pulsing. Score knotted 52 all. 10 ticks left. Eli inbound, eyes finding us. Me on toes, Jamie's fist clenched. Dribble hesitation, pull up 3 rim kiss, swish. Buzzer wailed. Pandemonium. Hug crushed courtside. You saw? Eli gasped, metal heavy. Always. Tears mixed sweat. Post-win, hotel suite celebration, pizza towers, Raul FaceTiming cheers. But dawn brought quiet. Eli's scout offered Duke, full ride. It's huge, he beamed. Huge. Empty nest loomed. Echo chamber. Homeward. Talks turned. College soon. Jamie mused, hand in mine over console. Just us. The original collision, weathered but warm. Eli's send-off party. Backyard bash. Hoop tournament with neighborhood kids. Rosie's cakes lopsided but loved. Speeches slurred sentimental. Jake's roast. Rose's prayers. Eli hugged last. You made me brave. You made us dads. Voice thick. Empty nest hit hollow. Rooms echoing footsteps. Dinners duo-sized. We wandered, rediscovering. Hike sans sippy cups. Studio sessions where I posed. His brush rediscovering curves. Still got it, Harlan? He'd tease. Charcoal smudging my jaw. Travel tempted. Paris deferred no more. Fellowship revived for vets. We went. Sane strolls. Croissants flaking under Louvre arches. His sketchpad alive with light. This is us, he said, Eiffel aglow. Uninterrupted. Back, Rosie flowered, high school art star. Mural collab with Jamie on City Hall walls. Generations? Arcs linking past to promise. Eli visited, Duke jersey crisp. Girlfriend in tow, shy intro, rainbow pin glinting. She gets it, he whispered. The family thing. Pride looped infinite. Raul's fade came gentle. Lungs, years of smoke claiming quiet. Hospice bed. Hand in Jamie's. Proud Iho. Fix what I broke. You did. Kiss to forehead. Goodbye peaceful, amends whole. Legacy lingered. His woodshop to Eli, stories to Rosie. Funeral small, toasts to redemption. Our silver anniversary. Elmwood redux, pergola rebuilt. Kids home, Eli with partner, Rosie mid-college. Vows renewed. Still unexpected, I said, ring resliding. Still yes. Laughter rippled. Fireflies winking. Years stacked. Retirement whispers. My practice sold. Jamie's exhibits museum bound. Grandkids arrived, Eli's twins. Dribbling plastic hoops. Rosie's son. Crayons his canvas. Driveway echoed anew, mini collisions. From that July dusk, ball cracking backboard. Neighbors grin vaulting fences. We built empire of heartbeats. Gay story in straight-laced land. Dramatic swerves to romantic anchors. Betrayals to humanistic heels. No erotica, just essence. Love's long game, played fierce, won together. Swish.